The mountain always wins. It always wins. I gotta pick a different line. I'm not going up this. Alright, it's like 4 a.m., 4:10 a.m. in the morning. What is today? It's Wednesday, September 16th, 2020. The only thing that got me out of bed in the morning, really, were these homemade cardamom buns. Following an Emily Forsberg adapted recipe, cardamom buns. Coffee's the lifeblood. Alright, so gear layout for today's excursion. We're going to try to go up Long's Peak, the Loft route, maybe take Mount Meeker as well, but fuel, definitely. I got Spring Energy. This is energy drink mix. I'm going to mix with electrolyte fluid, some gels, extra calories there. Chorus Verdict's Mountain GPS watch. I have a spot device, spot tracker, InReach Mini. This is a safety type of feature. Most people, you probably don't need a helmet on this, but I like to be extra safe. There's a little rockfall potential in a couple areas if hikers kick down rocks on you. I got my Roka shades. I have an extra power bank for my phone, battery bank. I'm going to be taking the camera gear. I make these little safety kits. There's a lot of toilet paper in there. Too much toilet paper probably. But I have this little bivy sack, emergency blanket type of situation, as well as some bandages, big bandages, small bandages, hand sanitizer, alcohol-based disinfectant, as well as some gauze, like some tape gauze in case they fall and get really hurt. Of course, trail running shoes with good grip on the bottom. Hoka One One Speed Goat 4s. We got the Vibram outsole, good traction on rock. It's probably going to be wet, maybe icy, maybe some snow up there too. A lot of rock, need the grip there. Got my Camelback Octane 18 vest, running vest, as well as a belt pouch to carry extra stuff in. Got the fluid bottles, mixing in calories, water, and then also the drink mix. And then clothing wise, always hat and gloves first. Hat and gloves. I have a long sleeve base layer. I'm going to take long pants, running pants this time. I think it's going to be cold up there. And I got a rainproof, windproof jacket, as well as another type of light jacket, and a puffy jacket that hopefully will all fit in this bag. Lube up with Squirrel's Nut Butter, the anti-chafe cream. I think I've covered that all. Sponsor plug, hashtag Drymax Sage Runner Sock. Alright. I didn't even check my hair this morning. Alright, gotta get up to the trailhead by 6 a.m. so leave here at 4:50. See you up there. Wow, so 5:50 a.m. It's dark, it's in the 30s. Late in the season, late in the summer mountain season for climbing Long's Peak, and the parking lot's actually not totally full. Usually people that start this, I'd say 90% of people that do Longs to summit would go the keyhole route, which is the standard route, and the parking lot will fill up by 2 or 3 in the morning, 2 or 3 a.m. So, you know, get here early, especially during thunderstorm season, earlier in the summer. And you never know. I don't know if we're going to make it today because it has snowed and it's been icy and cold. So am prepared for cold weather. Again, we're going up the Loft route. It's a lot different from the Keyhole route. It's also class 3. I've been up that half a dozen times. You can check out my video on the Keyhole route. But, you know, this route is going to take just as long, even though it's a little bit shorter. They're both class 3 routes. The Loft route, which we're doing today, is about 13 miles with over 5,200, 5,300 feet of climbing, a vertical mile of climbing, over 13 miles round trip, about 21 kilometers. So a half marathon, more scrambling, more route finding, more loose rock. And that's the difference. So yeah, let's get out there. First couple miles on the trail, start off the same trail up the Keyhole route or the Loft route till we get up to the Chasm Lake Junction. So I won't film too much in the first couple miles. There are some bathrooms over here we're going to hit up before we start. Nice bathrooms. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cold, but hopefully when the sun comes up, we'll get some good views as we crack tree line. I'll give you some key points on the trail on the route today. Let's get out there. starting off. It's about 6 a.m. and yeah, it's a really nice trail, smooth trail through the woods here for the first couple miles before we break tree line. Then, like I said, when we get up to the Chasm Lake Junction, that's where the keyhole route splits, and we'll go left towards Chasm Lake, towards the Loft route. All right, so about a half mile in, you do have this little junction. You want to go left here. It's very well marked though, so just so you know, half mile in, stay left. All right, it starts to get a little more rocky and technical as you go up, and it's starting to get a civil twilight, civil dawn, what do they call it? You can almost put the headlamp away. All right, so we got this great photo op spot. It's about 2 miles in, 1.9 miles in. Little bridge here over the stream crossing. And we're about to crack tree line as well. So keep that in note, 2 miles in. Water crossing here. Got the infamous sign. So about to crack tree line here, about 10,700 feet, 2.1 miles in. Got a view of, I believe that's Twin Sisters Peak. A little hazy today. Not sure if we'll get a good sunrise. And there she blows. Summit of Long's Peak. You can see the notch there. Route we're going has a lot of snow and ice on it maybe, so it's a little disheartening to see how much snow there is. Not a surprise really though. It's been in the 80s and sunny all week down in Boulder, but once it snows up here, it does not really get above freezing. It always gets below freezing at night. We're basically heading into fall, winter season in the high country, so we might have to turn around if it's too icy dicey. I don't have any ice gear and I'm not comfortable. All right, at the Battle Mountain split, so 2.5 miles in, we stay left here also. It's well marked, so get up to Chasm Lake, see what I think it's about 3.5 miles up to Chasm Lake, but you see, get a bit more rocky steps above tree line here, a bit more exposed. Still pretty cloudy. I'm waiting for that sun to come up. Thought I'd be basking in the sunlight by now. Oh, I see a pika. Hey, pika. See him right there. It's all right, pika. Hey, little guy. Yes, little guy. All right. So coming up to the Chasm Lake Junction split. There's a bathroom up here, I believe. About 3.3 miles in. And yeah, a lot more snow than I thought there'd be on the route, but a beautiful view. You can see the summit, the notch off to the left, and this is where, oh, there's the bathroom over there. This is where the standard keyhole route splits. So keyhole route goes off to the right, wraps around that right side, does more switchbacks for the boulder field. Keyhole's way off to the right there. We're gonna go this way towards Chasm Lake, and I'll show you the line. It's this on the left there. This prominent rock feature here is the ship's prow, and so we won't actually go to Chasm Lake on this route. Chasm Lake, I should say. But it's a beautiful hike, so if you're gonna bail on the summit, like I might today because of the snow and ice, it's totally worth seeing Chasm Lake. It's a nice hike, a lot of people. That's a final destination, totally worth it. Beautiful alpine lake right under the diamond there, Long's Peak, and it's still pretty far in, so get up there. I'll show you some 360 video views I got from last month when I did this. it was a lot warmer. Notice the wardrobe change. We got some 360 views because this little trail section is gorgeous. There's a waterfall and lake off to the left, even before we get to Chasm Lake. All right, let's get up there, enjoy these shots, and see what we can do. Moon's hazy, or the sun is hazy, I should say. We've had a lot of wildfire smoke, so visibility's, air quality's been pretty bad. I'm gonna cross the water up here. That sun. All right, so there's another bathroom there. Another trail fork here. We're about 4 miles in, and this is where the trail, well, the main trail goes up to Chasm Lake. You'd negotiate these rocks here, go up over a lip. Beautiful hike. We're gonna split left here, go up the Loft here, stay to the left of the ship's prow. It's rock formation, so up this gully here, see some people up there. It's a pretty loose rock. Gets steeper as you go up. See what it's like. It's gonna be a grunt of a power hike though. This next mile is tough because the rock's slippery and loose. Yeah, so I should say there's not really a super defined trail here. It's kind of pick your own line. You can see the erosion. People navigate up through the rocks here because it's a grunt power hike. But you just kind of weave your way up Chasm Lake. You can go up this beautiful views off the rocks of Meeker there. So yeah, generally I like to stay to the left of this water. It's frozen, but to the left as we go up initially until it gets really steep. But it's easier hiking, I think. People scramble on the ship's prow over there, and it's a lot more climbing. I'm not a climber, so helmet's on. Mainly I'm worried if someone kicks a rock down, it could tumble down and hit you. So make sure there's no one up ahead of you. And if you kick a rock down, yell rock really loud. Try not to kick rocks down. But yeah, do some switchbacks here. Kind of head to the left, but as we get into the bigger slab rocks, we'll do some climbing class 3 and kind of cut switchbacks to the right as well. But always staying left to the water or the ice fall. All right, so getting into the class 3 scramble section near the top. Staying to the left, kind of pick your line. You do not want to cut too far left here, but you have to try to find some ramps so it's not a class 4 move. And yeah, the snow's pretty solid, so we'll see if the ramps get glazed over nice, but I'm not too worried about it yet. It actually looked worse than it is so far from the bottom. But you can see it's a pretty steep grade. Traversing across here, got a good view there. Of course, where we came from, up the trail, up here. So I'm gonna have to use my hands here. And I'm gonna be listening for rock fall because the ramp, there's a party down below me. So I do not want to kick any rocks down. The ramp we need to hit goes up by that waterfall, then cuts left over this cliff. So we gotta get around that. We have to traverse, zigzag our line up. So find the best line here, do a little bit of scrambling,
class 3 moves, a little bit of rock fall potential. So that's the whole reason why I brought the helmet, really. And if I tumbled, I could tumble 20 or 30 feet. Might help for that too. Let's get up there. See here, I'm gonna switch left and then switch right, cut back. Always wins. I gotta pick a different line. I'm not going with this. Alright, traversing this little exposure here. I had to cut left a little bit before I cut climbers right. Heading up this steep gully here to get near the top. Ice fall. I believe it was Mesner that once said, to paraphrase, the mountain is not fair or unfair. It's simply just dangerous. Look at this cliff line. Oh, there's the sun. Nice. Alright, so there's that sunrise I was looking for. Coming up way over there in the southwest with Meeker. And yeah, doing some class 3 moves here. Top the ridgeline before we make this heading on a ramp that cuts up to my left, climber's left, before this ice waterfall. And yeah, not too bad, not too windy, not too cold so far. See what the ice is. We're gonna traverse. Oh, someone put a rope over there. I'm not going over there. I'm going up here and cutting left. So yeah. So I gotta decide if I can make this move or not. I don't really like the ice up here on this ramp. I was hoping it wouldn't be this bad. It actually looks kind of bad up there. So I'm thinking about turning around actually. Again, I'm not really a very experienced mountain climber, so ice and snow, I should have brought some traction. I don't know what I was thinking. Just some ice spikes would have made it doable, I think, but I don't know, this exposure here and this ice, it's pretty nasty. It's a bad fall off to the left. Then after that, you got this ramp with exposure that, who knows how bad the ice is gonna be up there. And then once you get to the loft, it's bad on the backside because that's not even south facing in the sun and you have to make some class 4 moves there. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. Down climbing this is way harder too, so I didn't want to have to deal with ice coming down. And again, safety over summiting. I really wanted to make a video on this route and I successfully completed it last month when it was drier. It's a heck of a lot easier, but that's where I lost my GoPro. Rest in peace, GoPro Hero 7. I'll show you some 360 side shots. I did get a couple shots on the backside near the Palisades and Keplinger, as well as on the home stretch there, so you could see that. But basically you make over to the loft and then you have to go around the backside and do some down climbing on this loft route. But maybe next summer, because this ice is going to be here all winter. It's going to be glazed over, but beautiful up here. And yeah, gonna call it a day, go back down to the car, and the mountain always wins. The mountain always wins. Better to live to run another day. Alright, so feeling a little bummed, a little discouraged for turning around, not getting summit fever, even though I've successfully done this route. I wanted to show you guys if I didn't lose my GoPro that time, but we'll end the vlog with some views of Chasm Lake. I'll go over there. I might hit up this restroom down here first, but yeah, always good to know your limits and turn around if you feel sketched out, which I kind of did. And it was mainly because I don't have any traction devices. I could have brought some Catula spikes. I don't know, I'm tempted to go to REI and buy an ice axe and some fresh Catula spikes and dig in, try this route again tomorrow, because there was a party behind me that I talked to that looked like they successfully made it farther than I did. They did have some ice traction devices. They were a party of 3. They seem to have more experience with class 4 type of stuff. Again, you could keep it class 3 though, especially at the top of before the loft here. So there was also another gentleman who was going for it, but he had more experience in winter conditions. I am not a winter athlete. I'm getting more experience in the snow and ice, but I'm not very comfortable on it with exposure, so that's why I turned around. Catulas could have made all the difference. I'm like a total noob, I didn't bring it. So important to know your limits, turn back and be safe on the mountain, because like I said, the mountain always wins. All right, I'll show you some views of Chasm Lake here in closing, but thanks for subscribing on the channel. Thanks for Patreon supporters, really making this channel possible. Again, really helps me out a lot. Subscribe on here. Big prize giveaways at 200,000 subscribers. I do running related content, mountain running, marathon running, any service, any distance, as well as these mountain adventures, shoe reviews, food vlogging, stuff like that. So thanks so much for your support. Hope you're doing well, and stay tuned for more via 2Max Productions. Time to fly.